Listen me carefully. For the second time in history, United States breaks the copper penny price record. Stop right there, because you might be holding a life-changing opportunity and not even know it. On wheat pennies in circulation, we're uncovering hidden treasure coins that people are accidentally spending every single day. Do not spend these coins. These old coins are big treasures and nobody talks about them. Secret collectors are hunting them, and real auctions prove they're worth serious money. If you have one of these, you're holding a fortune. Watch till the end, because the last coin will absolutely shock you. Picture this. It's 1910. The United States is shifting, growing, pushing forward into a new industrial era. Money is tight for everyday people, but the demand for coins is exploding. The mint is under pressure, massive pressure, producing millions of pennies to keep up with a fast-moving economy. And when that kind of stress hits production, something changes. Quality control slips just enough. Metal mixtures vary just slightly. Striking conditions become inconsistent. And that's where rare survivors are born. Now here's where it gets intense. This 1910 wheat penny, no mint mark, came straight out of Philadelphia. No flashy symbol, no easy identifier, just pure, raw history stamped into copper. On the front, you've got Abraham Lincoln staring forward, calm but powerful, with "In God We Trust" above him, liberty to the side, and the year 1910 sitting quietly below. Flip it over, and those iconic wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. Simple, clean, almost too normal, and that's exactly why it slips through unnoticed. But don't get fooled by that simplicity. This coin is made of 95% copper with a small mix of tin and zinc, giving it that rich, warm tone that ages into something collectors crave. It weighs about 3.11 grams, around 19 millimeters in diameter, and roughly 1.5 millimeters thick. Small, light, easy to ignore, easy to spend, and that's the danger. Now imagine this coin after more than 100 years, passing through thousands of hands, surviving war, economic collapse, and generations of use. Most of these coins are gone, worn down, melted, or simply lost. But the ones that survived, especially in fine condition, they carry something different. They carry time. They carry pressure. They carry rarity. And this specific one, with those green layers creeping along the edges and that sky green spot sitting on the reverse, that's not damage to a collector, that's character. That's original toning. That's proof it hasn't been messed with. And listen carefully, because this is where people destroy fortunes without even realizing it. If you clean this coin, even once, you can wipe out hundreds of thousands of dollars in value instantly. Gone. Just like that. Collectors don't want shiny, they want real. They want untouched surfaces, natural aging, that antique look that tells a story. And when they see it, they don't hesitate. Auctions for coins like this don't get loud, they get quiet, focused, intense. Bidders watching closely, waiting, then striking fast. Because they know, once it's gone, it's gone. And here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Demand is rising. Supply is shrinking. And the people who understand these coins, they're not selling. They're holding. They're protecting these pieces like treasure because they know what's coming next. Today, this exact type of coin, a 1910 wheat penny with no mint mark, fine condition, original surfaces, has reached values around $670 hundredth. Let that sink in. That's not pocket change, that's serious money. That's a silent fortune hiding in something most people wouldn't even look at twice. So hear this clearly. do not spend this coin. If you think you've found one, stop. Don't clean it. Don't touch the surface. Get it professionally graded. Because one small mistake, one wrong move, and that life-changing opportunity disappears forever. And if you think this is unbelievable, if you think this is the peak, stay right where you are, because what comes next is even rarer, even more shocking, and way more dangerous to ignore. You might want to stop whatever you're doing right now, because this next coin is the kind of hidden treasure people pass over without even a second thought. And that mistake could cost you over $600, Zeroth. This is not hype. This is not fiction. This is real money hiding in a coin that looks completely ordinary. And the scariest part? People are still spending it every single day. We're talking about the 1,940 wheat penny, no mint mark. And at first glance, it feels common, almost boring. But that's exactly how this silent fortune survives. It hides in plain sight. It blends into pocket change, cash drawers, old jars, quietly waiting for someone who knows what to look for. And if you miss it, it's gone. Now go back to 1,940 for a second. The world is on edge. The United States is on the brink of entering World War II. The economy is shifting fast. Industries are ramping up, and the demand for coin production is rising again. The US Mint is pushing hard, producing millions of coins under pressure, and when that kind of volume meets that kind of urgency, something changes. Tiny inconsistencies, subtle variations, and a small group of coins come out different enough to become rare survivors decades later. This 1,940 wheat penny came out of Philadelphia. That's why there's no mint mark. No D, no S, nothing to grab your attention. Just a simple coin with Abraham Lincoln on the front, "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" on the side, and the date 1,940 sitting there like it means nothing. Flip it over, and you see those classic wheat ears framing 1 cent and United States of America, clean, familiar, easy to ignore. And that's where people lose everything. But look closer, because this is where it gets serious. The edges showing that gray-black tone. That's not random. That's age. That's oxidation building over time. Natural, untouched, and exactly what collectors want. And that bold green spot on the obverse? That's the kind of detail most people panic about. But experienced collectors, they lean in closer. Because that's original surface chemistry, that's authenticity, that's proof this coin hasn't been altered or cleaned. And listen carefully, because this is where fortunes are destroyed. If you try to clean this coin, even lightly, you erase its history. You strip away the very thing that makes it valuable. You turn a silent fortune into just another penny. Never clean it. Not ever. This coin is made from 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving it that rich base that reacts over time to create those dark and green tones. It weighs about 3.11 grams, has a diameter of roughly 19 millimeters, and a thickness around 1.5 millimeters. Small, simple, easy to overlook, and that's exactly why people keep losing it. Now think about survival. This coin has lived through decades, passed through thousands of hands, used, dropped, forgotten. Most of these coins are worn flat or gone completely. But the ones that remain in very fine condition, with clear details, strong lettering, and original surfaces, those are the ones collectors hunt. And make no mistake, collectors are hunting this coin. Quietly, aggressively, watching auctions, tracking listings, waiting for the right one. When it appears, bidding doesn't get loud, it gets intense. Calculated, because everyone in that room knows This isn't just a coin. This is a piece of history with serious money attached. Right now, this exact type of 1940 wheat penny, no mint mark, very fine condition, original toning with those grey-black edges and that green spot, has reached values around $600 and hundredth. That's not pocket change, that's hidden wealth. That's a life-changing opportunity sitting in something people toss into tip jars without thinking. So hear this clearly. Do not spend this coin. If you see it, stop immediately. Do not clean it. Do not try to fix it. Keep it exactly as it is and get it professionally graded. Because one mistake, one wrong decision, and that value disappears forever. And if you think this is where it peaks, you're not ready for what's coming next. The next coin is rarer, more shocking, and even more dangerous to ignore. And trust me, this next one changes everything. You're not ready for this one, seriously, because this coin right here might be the most dangerous one to ignore so far. Not because it looks rare, but because it looks completely normal. And that's exactly why people are still spending it every single day, not realizing they're letting go of over $550,000 like it's nothing. This is the 1955 wheat penny, no mint mark. And if you're thinking, I've seen tons of those, you're exactly the person who could lose a silent fortune without even knowing it. This coin hides in plain sight better than almost anything we've talked about. It doesn't shine, it doesn't scream, it sits there with that dark brown look, those grey-black layers across the surface, and people ignore it. That look? That's not wear. That's history. That's untouched time. That's exactly what collectors are fighting for. Now go back to 1955. America is booming. Post-war energy is everywhere. Industry is exploding. And the US Mint is under constant demand to produce coins faster than ever before. Speed becomes the priority. Volume becomes the goal. And when production moves that fast, subtle differences happen. Metal flow changes. Strike pressure shifts. Surfaces come out just slightly different. And only a fraction of those coins survive the decades with their original character intact. This coin came out of Philadelphia, no mint mark, which means it blends in with millions of others. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's portrait is still strong. In God we trust. Above him, liberty to the side, and the date 1955 sitting there like it means nothing. Flip it over, those wheat stalks wrap around 1 cent and United States of America. You've seen it before, you've probably held it before, and that's what makes this so dangerous. But here's where everything changes. That dark brown tone covering the coin, that's original aging. Those grey-black layers on both the obverse and reverse, that's natural oxidation building over decades. That's what collectors call untouched surfaces. And when a coin survives in extra fine condition with that kind of original skin, it becomes something else entirely. Not just a coin, a hidden treasure. And listen carefully, because this is where people destroy everything. If you clean this coin, even slightly, you strip away that original toning. You erase its identity. You turn a $550,000 opportunity into almost nothing. Never clean it. Not ever. That natural look, even if it seems dirty, is exactly what gives it power. This coin is made from 95% copper, with small amounts of tin and zinc. The same classic composition that reacts over time to create those deep browns and dark layered tones. It weighs about 3.11 grams, has a diameter of around 19 millimeters, and a thickness close to 1.5 millimeters. Small, light, easy to overlook, and that's exactly why it keeps slipping through people's hands. Now think about survival again. Billions of pennies were made in that era, but very few make it through decades without being cleaned, damaged, or worn down. Extra fine condition means the details are still sharp, Lincoln's features still defined, the wheat stalks still strong, and the surfaces still original. That combination, that's rare. That's what collectors chase. And when one of these shows up, auctions don't turn into chaos, they turn into something even more intense. Quiet rooms, focused eyes, serious collectors waiting for the right moment. Then the bids come in, controlled, aggressive, unstoppable. Because they know this isn't just another coin. This is quiet wealth. This is serious money. This is something they don't want to let go of once they have it. Right now, a 1,955 wheat penny with no mint mark, extra fine condition, and original dark brown surfaces with grey-black layers has reached around $550 per hundredth. That's not a guess. That's real market behavior. That's collectors putting real money behind something most people would drop on the ground without thinking. So hear this clearly. Do not spend this coin. If you find one, stop immediately. Do not clean it. Do not try to improve it. Keep every bit of that natural toning exactly as it is, and get it professionally graded. Because one small mistake, and that hidden fortune disappears forever. And if you've made it this far, you already see the pattern. Coins that look ordinary, hiding extraordinary value. But what if I told you there are still more out there, even rarer, even more shocking, and people are still spending them right now without a clue?